The previous bit of framing work, so I'll be cutting out all the dangerous parts of the film. Right. Okay, so I'm in the process of just tidying up these lap joints, and had a bit of a brainwave or a blonde moment with my lap cutting. This was only supposed to go halfway through, and it's gone about 2/3. I need to get a gauge or something for the blade so I don't do that in future. But this gap here is about the thickness of a piece of ply, so I should be able to just slip one of these in between each joint. And I've got a whole stack of these left over from my Carcassonne tile set. So I'm just tidying up the cuts, getting rid of any raised bits. So yeah, it's a little patchy. It's okay, and I think I was a little heavy-handed because I've got some drippy bits as well, so leave them a little while before I do anything else with them. So I'm going to glue on the top and then screw it. I know I'm gluing onto end grain and end grain that's been painted, but oh well, never mind. A little bit of glue will help the situation anyway. Also screwing into end grain, so that's generally not a good idea, but that's kind of what I'm working with here. I'm putting 2 screws kind of either end, and I'm debating whether or not to put a dowel or something a little sturdier in the middle. That's going to be the same as a screw, really, but I don't know. So what wasn't in the plan was these little corner supports. because even with the square uprights there's still a little bit of play here. So I've decided to put some extra support on the back corners, and that should hopefully maintain its shape. I think putting the top on's going to just square this all out anyway. Okay, so I'm moving on to the actual covering of the frames, or the filling of the frames. I've cut my wire and cut out the corners to give me a notch that I can bend around. The first one, I got it pretty much finished before I realised my mistake. Is I put the frame on top like that, so now I've got kind of a bit of sagging in the wire, which may cause problems later on. So what I'm going to do for the rest of them is turn it over and then place this on top, and it'll bag slightly the other way. Hopefully the weight of the soap sitting on it will cause it to drop. At least that's the plan. So I'm going to pick the best side. That side, I think. That's my top. Turn that over. Now I measured these so that I've got pretty much the whole of the bottom of the frame covered with one link, so about a centimetre or so worth of overhang. So I'm going to staple these into place, either end, stretching it out, keeping as square as possible. So, I keep saying so, I've got to get out of that habit. What I'm intending to do is cover the sides in this bit of mesh here. Obviously I've got more than I need, because that was kind of the length that I had to cut out for the other bits. So that should be, yeah, plenty wide enough to cover the gap here. That's kind of what I want to cover. I'm not going to cover the back because I'm just going to do that with fabric. At least that's the plan. So I'm going to start trimming this down so it just fits in this gap and then slightly over the top. Not so much on the bottom, but definitely over the top. So that is this pretty much finished. I've just got to do the rest of the shelves. Now the first one I've actually put a strip of ribbon mound, so I'm colour coding my shelves so that when I start putting soaps in, rather than thinking shelf 1, shelf 2, shelf 3, and because they may move, colour shelves will be easier to keep track of. So I can just remember that this batch on orange, this batch on green is, you know, however old. So I'll let those screws think about things a little bit before I try again. I'm not going to shut this tight again because the glue is a little sticky. Not the glue, the paint. Although it's straight onto fabric, so it shouldn't be too bad. I'll just give you an all-round look. So I've got open air on either side, so there is some kind of through air, and then cotton cover on all the rest. So that should be fine for the kind of small amount of soap that I'm doing. So I'm going to put some feet or something on the bottom, and that's ready to go. So before I actually put any soap in this, I'm going to give all the wood a good wipe down with disinfectant and probably a little bit of alcohol as well, just to kind of doubly make sure everything is clean, and then we're pretty much ready to go. So I'll put up some photos of the finished thing, and that's it. This month's project done. Didn't take as long as I expected. Wasn't as I was expecting it to get more complicated as it went on, but it didn't. So for once, I've got a nice simple project that stayed pretty simple. I've got a couple of patches of paint that I need to just touch up, I think, and I'll do that with some acrylic. But other than that, we're good. We're done. So this is my new soap curing rack. Pretty much finished.